What's up, Eagle Nation? This your Eagle Brother Master P. Dot. Now, before I get on to my content, for those all new to my channel, welcome. I get my content on the Philadelphia Eagles, whether it's the off-season, preseasons, regular seasons, playoff appearances, the free agent signings, the trades, the draft prospects, and the Philadelphia Eagles highlights of all the Hall of Famers, legends, and former players that have done. Some of those that nobody has done before. Check out the playlist. Learn them, study them, appreciate them. Saying prayers and condolences out to those that's no longer with us. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram, and follow my TikTok. I got a channel on TikTok, so follow me on there. Check out the videos I upload that's Eagle related or something else. But check it out. Follow my TikTok. It's in the description. Breaking news, Eagle Nation, breaking news. An Eagle legend, an Eagle great, a Super Bowl champion, a future Hall of Famer, Darius Big Play Slay announced his retirement from the NFL. Time to hang up the cleats, close the doors, and focus on a new life and a new journey. It was that time. Because he didn't want to play for no other team if it ain't the Philadelphia Eagles. So he decided to call it the end of an era. He decides to end the chapter. Close the doors, close the books, and finish it. Just like that. Now, I want to say that I want to talk about this too. Because my years doing YouTube, right after our 2019 season, Eagles had one of the worst secondaries in the leagues because we had the likes of Jalen Mills, we had Sidney Jones. The only best player of the secondaries was Malcolm Jenkins, but he was up there in age. That was his last season with the Eagles. And we had Avonte Maddox, we had Crayvon LeBlanc. They weren't too good. Some of them were okay, but they weren't all pro. They weren't Pro Bowlers. They weren't all pros. But they had to fight though. Most of them had to fight. But we was looking for the Eagles. We was looking for an All-Pro and a Pro Bowl cornerback. All the way into 2020, the year the pandemic was spreading across the entire universe, that changed the world forever. And then Harvey Roseman found a way to get Darius Slade to be a part of this Eagles defense. Because we needed that bad. We needed it real bad. A real top-notch cornerback, one of the best in the league. That's been around for a long time. That's been an All-Pro. That's been a Pro Bowl. That's been going up against some of the best receivers in the league. Some of them were bona fide Hall of Famers. He was teammates with Matt Stafford. That's been practicing going up against Calvin Johnson. There's Megatron. And many more. But let me tell you something, Slay. He got beat for the most part, but every cornerback gets beat. Nobody has a perfect game. They're human. Most of them, they win the battle, they lose the battle. But Slay, as the years went by, I remember in 2021 when he had him and Steven Nelson as a cornerback duo. It wasn't nothing special, but they did all they could though. He's been making stops, pass deflections. He got beat for the most parts, but the only problem he had was going up against Terry McLaurin, because Terry McLaurin, he been torturing his ass. I gotta admit that Terry McLaurin been killing his ass for years, all the way up to Howie Roseman decided to draft Quinyon Mitchell to turn that around. He's been a good team. He's been a good team player, a leader, a team captain, and a mentor for Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, who became All-Pro and Pro Bowl cornerbacks. One of the best cornerback duos in the league. Now, one of his best seasons was, of course, 2022. And one of his best years was, of course, 2024. One of the last I could barely talk, man. Excuse me about that. One of the last two Super Bowl seasons, 22 to 24, those were Big Play Slay's best seasons. He had put up some of the best performance. Say like the game going up against the Vikings in week 2 and 22, going up against Justin Jefferson, he was shutting his ass down. He had 2 interceptions. He could have had a whole lot more had he caught them though, but he been locking him down. And one of my favorite parts was I seen him in cause sometimes he always like to laugh, like to joke around, like ain't nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you gotta chill out. You gotta have that attitude. We need to see that mean side. Like we need to see that fighting side. Like talk a little shit. Like get aggressive, all that. We want to see that side. It's okay, like to put smile on people's faces. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta you gotta laugh to keep from crying, and you gotta trying to get frustrated, irritated, and all that, especially when you have a bad game, bad practice. All that. Try to keep a smile on your face and put a smile on other people's faces, especially for the children, for the kids, and all that. Being a family man. But one of my favorite moments in Slay was going a game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where when we finally seen the other side of him, when one of the players from the Steelers was pushing him back though, out of bounds because they was doing too much though. I forgot his name though, but Slay, he had enough of that shit. So he was swinging, he was fighting, and then Quinyon Mitchell had to back him up. He's fighting with him. That was one of my favorite moments. It's like, yes, Slay, that's the side we want to see. We want to see that fighting side, man. Enough of that joking, it's like laughing, smiling, all that. We need to see that gritty side from you. We want to see that attitude. Because we try to get to a championship, man. But that's one of my favorite moments from him. And of course, the game against the Green Bay Packers, the wild card game in 24. Last year, earlier in the season of 25, when he had the interception, he had good man-to-man coverage in that game. He had one of the best performances. And of course, the game against the LA Rams in the snowy blizzard game. Let me tell you something. That was a nerve-wracking game. I thought the Rams, for the moment, they was going to end the Eagles season right there. They thought they was going to end, we thought they was going to throw away our Super Bowl hopes. But Big Play Slay, he finished that pass deflection to finish the game. But Jalen Carter, he was the savior of the game. If he didn't get that sack on Matt Stafford, they definitely would have won that game, no question. But Jalen Carter, he was the savior, and so was Slay for that pass deflection to finish the game on a 4th down play. And of course, the Super Bowl, the BTA performance, one of the best performances in Super Bowl history, one of the best halftime performances. Y'all ain't taking that away. Y'all not taking that away from us. And that was my first experience as a fan to watch my team win the Super Bowl a year after they won their first one. But then years later, I get to witness this team win the Super Bowl as a fan. Because, I wanted to get that experience, man. I want to get that experience. I want to get that experiment. Wearing this. I had to earn my way back. I had to earn my way back to get my fandom. Not only I chose the fandom chose me. I've grew. I became a better person. I found myself. I felt relieved. I felt like myself again. I was lost. When I turned away against this team back in 09 when they let go of Brian Dawkins, because that's my favorite Eagle player of all time. But I learned from that. I moved on. I didn't look back ever since. And that's why I got to where I am now. Over 1K, I became one of the most entertaining content creators of the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the best reporters. Giving out the highlights. Almost every single Eagle legend you can name. Come on, man. But I don't want to get off topic. Back to Slay. Slay gave his all with his blood, sweat, and tears, wearing the Philadelphia Eagles green from 20 to 24. Even back in 20, when he had a 4-win season all the way to the Super Bowl season, and finally he got that ring. He got that Super Bowl ring. And I know he's forever grateful. He should retire an Eagle. If he might retire as a Detroit Lion, but he should retire as a Philadelphia Eagle. There's no questions, no ands, ifs, or buts about it. He's a Philadelphia Eagle legend. He is immortalized. And you're not going to take that away from him. You always got a special place in our hearts. You're always welcome with open arms and open doors anytime. And you could be a coaching staff of the Philadelphia Eagles or as an administrator. Help out this defensive back rooms. Help out the secondary room. Hopefully you could be this team's secondaries coach. But that's not there and then. That's not there and then. Neither. Y'all get what I'm trying to say though. Most of y'all. But thank you, Slay, for everything you have done outside of football, inside of football, and outside of football. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you for what you have done for the community, for the fans, for this city. We are forever grateful, and we appreciate for all the laughers, all the fun times, all the funny moments, all the frustrating moments that needed it. Most of the times I call him Cash the Slay. Cassius Clay. I call him Cassius Slay whenever he have a sloppy game, he have a sloppy performance. I give my review on the games the Eagles lose. But thank you, Slay. We appreciate you sincerely from the bottom of our hearts. You're always welcome with open arms, with open doors. You're welcome at any day, any night, any time in Philadelphia. You shouldn't pay a damn thing in Philadelphia because you got that Super Bowl Lombardi Trophy, that second one. You got a ring for the city. You brought it home. You made it happen. And we thank you for that. So I tip my hat out to you. Thank you, Slay. An Eagle legend for life. An Eagle legend forever. Thank you, Slay. Gonna miss you. We're proud of you. Good luck on a new life and a new journey. Thank you.